Hey girl, hey. Welcome to the Fluffy Challenge. So thank you for tuning in with me. So Monica, tell us soon what the Fluffy Challenge for today is. So I'm on a treadmill, so you know I like to talk to you on the treadmill. It helps the time go faster too. Um, so try whatever tricks you can to help you during, workouts or whatever that make it less, I don't know, whatever. So music, talking to people, whatever it might be. That's a tip. Okay, so as I am reflecting, want to talk to you about a couple of things. One is nice nasty. So in my videos, I've had some people make some comments in relation to, particularly when I talk about envy and jealousy in the workplace, and negative treatment by other women in the workplace. So I've done videos about, what happens when the woman treating you negatively or the women treating you negatively are other black women. And I talk about that because the pain of that is so intense many times, because when it's from someone who looks like us, it takes it to a whole nother level. I also want to talk about nice nasty. So nice nasty may come from negative treatment that comes from people who don't look like us, particularly women. So I had a lot of comments, talking about identifying specific groups of women who don't look like us, who engage in the nice nasty behavior. Okay, I don't know why I keep forgetting my tripod, but anyway, I got it over there. So anyway, nice nasty are those people who don't look like us women, who act like they just are, rooting for you. They're there to support you. They just think you're so talented. They are just so, all those things, right? Almost like pet to threat, okay? So, you're just great. And then you might notice, that's the nice, right? Then you might notice over time, little nasty stuff starts happening. So in terms of how they treat you, how they talk to you, or you might find out they're talking about you, okay? So watch your back for the nice nasties. So again, they try to get in your business because they so-called really respect you, and they just, oh, you're just so great. I had this one who was like, oh my God, I just love your work, and you're like a mentor to me, all that kind of stuff. But she ended up doing some nasty stuff. I didn't really fully believe it anyway, but I'm just saying, watch your back, okay? I had another nice nasty situation where this woman, again, didn't look like us, and she so-called was my advocate, right? She was so-called rooting for me and fighting for me because she was an administrator at my previous job. So she would just do like these nasty things. And what I noticed, and please observe this with the nice nasties, you will see how they treat other people too. So be observant, okay? So this nice nasty person would talk about people horribly behind their back, including a workplace bully who she ended up aligning with, right? Well, when you think about workplace bullies, they often exert some type of control over people, and they're puppet masters. So they might hold promotions and all these other kind of carrot, like they dangle the carrot in front of people, and people who are deeply insecure will go for the carrot, right? So this person, this nice nasty person who doesn't look like us, I would notice she would come to me, and I mean, she would tell me about everybody's business, even her so-called friends, to the point I was like, damn, like, do her friends know she's doing this? Like, I know about these people's families, and whew, right? So one time I remember this in particular, right? I was like, do you think I'm stupid? So she is trashing people, again, her friends, tell me their personal business. And then she says, you don't have anything personal going on, do you? And I was like, do you think in the world, if I did, I would tell you anything? Okay? So again, watch your back. Watch your back. The nice nasty. The other thing I want to talk about is the clap back, okay? So the clap back that you may encounter in the workplace. So I was recently reminded of the clap back in my coaching program, in which Rachel Rogers and her team did this so like polished clap back. It was like, okay. So you might clap back when people come at you some kind of way, but as Black women, we're often very aware of how we present ourselves and how the clap back is, right? So you might need to clap back on some people at your job, but just be mindful of how you do it, right? But you know, the importance of asserting yourself, okay? It reminds me of, if you see that video, What's Tabitha Brown, and she's talking about Wendy Williams, how Wendy Williams was trashing her, and when Tabitha Brown, you know, said that she was going to retire her husband because he was there for her, and she now has, you know, made a certain level of success, and she wants to retire him, and so he can fulfill his dreams because so many times he sacrificed and dedicated to the family. So if you have not watched that video, I think I might put it in the description section where Tabitha Brown claps back. You need to see that, okay? Because she claps back, but in a real classy way, okay? So in your workplace, you might need to clap back. Just be mindful. Watch that Tabitha Brown video and just see like tips about how to do that. But I was like, oh, when I saw that thing yesterday with Rachel Rogers and her team, I was like, ooh, look at this clap back. Okay, so I'm signing off. I'm gonna tell you soon about the fluffy challenge for today. Okay, bye.
Happy Friday, everybody. Today's fluffy challenge is squat press, okay? We're gonna grab it with one weight, one dumbbell with one weight, bring it up, working the core, the full body, the shoulders, the arms. Let's go.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Hey, I just finished the fluffy challenge, so hopefully you can join with me, get your workout on. And I want to share just two things with you really quickly. One is I was talking to my trainer Monica, and I was saying, man, I don't know how I got this big. I don't know what happened. And she said, you know what, it's not, I mean, yeah, we need to look at why, but you know, practice some self-forgiveness. So I'm asking you to practice self-forgiveness as well. And sometimes things kind of sneak up on you, right? So I feel like I was in a quiet storm of what happened with the panoramic pandemonium, right? And then my age, and then working from home, all those different things. So I used to work out all the time. I would be taking 2 classes back to back in the gym. And so now I'm like, what happened? What happened? And so if this is you, just look back in terms of what are the things going on in your life And I was at that stressful job. So I was doing all the emotional eating. I forgot about that. So when you think about what's going on, like let's say with your body, you're not happy with what's going on with your body, in terms of body acceptance, it's not, body shaming. It's not like, oh, I gotta lose 50 pounds, all that kind of stuff. It's being mindful of, how did I get here? What changes do I need to make? What small changes do I need to start making to incorporate into my routine? But also, how do you value yourself in terms of, you are doing the thing? It's hard to get up and to work out and all these, eat healthy. It's not easy, but give yourself some grace and say, you know what, at least I'm doing it. I'm making changes. I'm making small changes to get to my goal. So I invite us to do that, as I'm saying this to myself as well. I'm like, what happened? What happened? Okay, so let's not do that. It's not helpful. The other thing I want to share with you was, I was listening to, you know how YouTube suggests videos to you? So I don't watch TV anymore. I just watch YouTube. So this video was suggested to me from Miss C. Talbert, VOH. I think that's her tag. I'll put that in the description section. But I love the way she talks. It's very conversational. And just check her out, okay? So again, I'll put her information description section. And she did this one video a while back that was suggested to me about messy people and about workplace bullies, and really good. So I cited her in one of my previous videos, and she commented. So I'm reaching, if you're listening to me, or if anybody knows her, can you please ask her to contact me? I would love to interview her. I love the way she talks. I love the conversational style. I love her topics. And she's from Chicago too. So I think that was a sign, right? I said, oh, she's from Chicago, I'm from Chicago. Okay, well, let's make this happen. So if anybody knows her, or if you're watching, please contact me so we can talk about workplace bullies and other things in the workplace for Black women. Okay, so the video that I saw today from her, she was talking about the end part of something may be better than the beginning. Okay, so the end part might be better than the beginning. Now, she was citing the Bible, and again, I'm a very spiritual person. I did not grow up in the church, so I'm not as familiar with the Bible. However, I'm very spiritual, and so she talked about, again, the end might be better than the beginning. Okay, so I want you to think about that and reflect on that, on things that may be happening in your life. And sometimes when things keep happening that are very difficult for us, very stressful for us, very harmful for us, it's important for us to pause and take a moment, like Octavia Rahim talked about. Pause so you can listen to yourself and just connect to yourself. Pausing is the first step to rest. So pause and really think about what's going on in your life. Like, do like a self-assessment, a self-check-in. What's going on in your life? What's impacting how you're feeling? If you are in situations where it's so stressful, where it feels like you're in a beatdown, like constantly in a beatdown with a relationship, a job, a family member, a friend, I invite you to pause and think about that and think, okay, what is the lesson here? The lesson is not that you stay there, okay? The lesson is, okay, what can I learn from this so that I can get to something better? Because the better is after that situation, okay? So again, I want you to be mindful of that. And just for me, sometimes even I'm very grateful that I left the toxic job. And, I've always said too, and it's true, that the only regret that I have, I don't want to go back. The only regret that I have about that whole situation is that I didn't leave sooner. So I saw the writing on the wall. I noticed what was going on, but I was lying to myself. And you may be doing that too, in terms of saying, oh, it's not that bad, or, I need this check, or how am I going to get another paycheck? I'm not going to be able to get another paycheck. All those things, I was lying to myself. But I think, this is my perception of what happened, that it was becoming so outrageously harmful and ridiculous. I think God was like, girl, I'm giving you 8 million signs. You need to pay attention. This is not the place for you. And I could tell too that I would go to meetings, and in that video from Miss C. Talbert, again, I'll put that in the description section, but she was talking about, are you in spaces where you're not growing? Relationship, friendship, family, job. And so for me, when they did all that crazy, shady stuff with me, I was in work environments where I was not growing at all. In fact, I felt like I was stagnating, like I was going backwards, because if you've seen in my previous videos, they ended up demoting me for no real reason, okay? But I think the real reason was they were trying to put me in my place and silence me and humiliate me. So I talked about psychological lynching before. But anyway, so I would go to meetings and they would have me do stuff that was so not stimulating. You know, talking about like just like it's more stimulating to look at a blank wall, basically, right? So those are the things that they had me doing, and I was so understimulated that I would have to like self-talk, like pay attention, stay focused, and I always like to do a good job. So to be in a situation where you're understimulated, you want to do a good job, and you're forcing yourself to like just stay in there, just focus. Literally, I would go to meetings or do these different job tasks, and it felt like all the energy was draining out of my body because I was that understimulated. That was a sign, okay? So I invite you to pay attention to those signs, okay? And then to know that things will be better. Things will be better after, okay? But the importance is of paying attention to yourself and start planning. I'm not telling anyone to just up and leave and everything will be taken care of and you don't need to work. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you is pay attention to yourself. Make sure that you are being honest with yourself. Pay attention to the signs and start making plans. If you recognize that this is not the place for you, start making plans in terms of your exit, no matter what that might be. If you're in an environment that's harming you, it's not supporting your growth, it's time to go. Let's start planning for your exit, okay? So my videos talk about ways to get out, and so I want to encourage you to watch those videos. I want to encourage you, if you are stuck in terms of, I don't know how to get out, but I'm worried about money and I got to stay here because of money. I invite you again to think about planning. We have a masterclass coming up next week. So it is Get Your Money Right so you can leave a toxic job. It's a financial masterclass for Black women. So if you're interested in that, I'll also put the registration link for that in the description section. If you're in the future and you missed the date for the masterclass, then you can also get the replay, and that'll be in the description section as well. And if you have security concerns about, I don't want nobody finding out I'm in this masterclass, I don't want nobody knowing that I'm trying to leave this job, it will be Zoom webinar, so no one will be able to see you, okay? No one will be on camera except for Dr. Roche and I. So Dr. Roche is a financial psychologist. She's the same woman that I work with to help me get my money together so I could leave and resign from that toxic job and do much better. And my hope is that you are able to see my YouTube channel, my videos, the videos I have with other Black women, that you are able to see that it really is better after, okay? Even though it might be hard to see or believe it right now, I encourage you to really think about ways that you can start planning so that you can prepare for the better, okay? So give this video a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel if you've not already done so, and share this video with at least 2 other Black women. And as I said before, we're talking about planning, right? Planning for the better. So part of the planning might be signing up for the masterclass I've talked about before. You can get your seat by clicking the link in the description section. And if you've missed the live, you can get the replay, okay? Okay, so again, thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with at least 2 other Black women. Okay, see you later. Bye.